So now we are at the point where we've taken everything back apart. So it looks like we're going backwards, but we've actually made some strides here. So let's see where we are. This is what I talked about earlier. So what I did is I just took some welding wire and fabricated it to kind of show the contours of underneath the fiberglass body while it is on. And just did a couple little spot welds there. And what that will allow me to do is take this Model 3 motor, put it on the transmission jack, slide it right down the tunnel, and easily mock up the mount. My goal is to make this as easy as possible. So everything else has gone well, so I think this should work too. I'm okay with it. The thing that I gotta confirm, I think I know it, is the orientation of the motor, because obviously there's a way that it spins forward and reverse. I obviously want to make sure that I am spinning it in the direction that is going to drive the front and rear differential in the correct direction, because you can make them go in reverse if you need to mount it the other way, but we have plenty of room, so I'm not really so much worried about that. What I do hope is on this unit, the differential is actually a passenger side drop rather than a driver's side drop. So I'm hoping that the orientation will work out so that the motor's shaft exit, which is obviously on that side, works to be on the side of the passenger drop. I want to make it work as easy as possible. And so I don't want to have to worry about trying to flip the motor over. I'd rather just make up the difference in the middle if I have to move it a little further this way or a little further this way to get the CV shaft to go. So we'll see how it goes. Well, it is getting close to 11 o'clock on Saturday night, and I feel like I am done for the night because I think that I feel like I've accomplished something. Even though I haven't really done anything, I've just got things put in place, and so it just kind of makes me feel better. I'm pretty sure this is the correct orientation. I was a little confused by a photo that was on the electric supercar, and I'll show that here. And what happened was the motor is actually not correct in this demonstration. It's actually showing the motor sideways. I just couldn't figure out the orientation because, like, how is he putting the half shafts? Is he running a transfer case with this? I couldn't figure it out, but it ended up, it was just a illustration, and the illustration is wrong. So I watched his videos and saw that the illustration does not match the way he has the motor set up. I think this is the way that the motor is set up so that I will get the correct rotation of the drive shaft for the front and the rear. So now I just got to figure out where I am positioning it, front to rear, in the dead center, who knows. But here is what we got. So if you were looking directly here at the drive shaft, you can see it's going to be a little bit towards the passenger side of the vehicle because we are looking at right there being where the CV shaft came out. So I'm hoping that I could take the cup of the CV shaft, put that in there, create a weld on a plate that then attaches to some kind of a drive shaft mount. So that would be easy and my goal. And then if we look at it from the front, so I do have a passenger drop front differential, which seems to be beneficial. I'm assuming that his angles quite a bit to go to a driver's side drop, unless he has a passenger side drop. I guess I really didn't look at that very good. But it really lines up quite well. If you look, we're going directly to there, and so that in itself looks pretty good. Now again, without any gear reduction, without messing with any additional gear reduction or whatever, I am at 33 to 1 ratio. So maybe 50, maybe 60 is what we're going to be looking at on top speed. But again, that's just going to be fun to play with. And we'll do some videos with that. And then we will, if everything's working great, drive shafts are good, we're going to go ahead and make everything permanent and put in the actual gear reduction, which will get us to basically close to what the Tesla is. So I think it'll be fun. I think this will be enjoyable to watch it, see what it can do with this kind of a torque curve, and it should be an absolute beast. I have a feeling this is about one of the best views you're ever going to get of a Tesla Model 3 motor mounted front to back in a cj7, cj5, whatever you want to put it in, Jeep. Somebody's ever had this idea of how to do something 4x4, most of the time you're not getting this open of a view. So hopefully this is helpful to people. And I forgot about batteries. So what am I going to do for batteries? I believe that I can get maybe 4 to 5 stacked up here to where they are up to about the top of the tailgate, and then put the rest of them sideways. They're about 3 to 4 inches thick. Take those 2 brackets out, and I should be able to get them under the rear passenger seat. Won't really know till I get a battery taken apart and kind of doing some measurement and maybe make up a foam block or something that fits the profile. So the other option is to do a smaller pack back here and then a pack up front. I would love to get 12 modules in. It's a 14 module pack, and if I keep one for an extra, and I know there is a bad module in the pack that I'm buying, so figure keep an extra one, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll just do 10. You just have to increase the amperage instead of the voltage to get the same performance.